Rivals has arrived, and so has my guest host for today, Alex Curie, who joins me every night from 7 to 9 p.m. on KSL News Radio for our show, Unrivaled. Not Rivals, but Unrivaled. He's here today to talk about none other than Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick, of course, hasn't signed with an NFL team, but he signed a major whopper of an endorsement deal with Nike. And the whole premise of this actual campaign is about standing up for something. I actually like his comment about, to stand up for what you believe in, you have to sacrifice everything. I'm going to tell you, I think it's a bit dramatic. I'm just telling you, I believe it's a bit dramatic, and here's why. I'm all for standing up for things, Alex.
Sure.
I'm all for it. And I love that people do that. I love that people do it against all odds. I love that people stand for what they believe in no matter what. I love that. Here's what I don't love. I don't love when you stand when you're at work and for the national anthem. That's what I've never liked it. I don't like it. I think this is a great thing that Colin Kaepernick is actually involved in. I have no issue with him standing for it. But imagine in your job if you actually are subordinate and you're just saying, you know what, I'm going whatever. I'm going on strike. I'm going to stand for something. I don't believe it. I just never felt like that's the right place to do this.
I look at it too, and I the first thing I thought was, this is how Nike is, by the way, rolling out their 30-year anniversary of the Just Do It campaign. This is how they're rolling it out. So it's a huge rollout. It's a massive deal, and certainly he's getting paid, and it's great. It just so happens also that Nike is the title merchandiser for the NFL. This is a huge win for them because they're working both angles here. It's the NFL. And they're also, kind of doing this counter, culture thing too, where it's like, hey, anybody who has anything against what the NFL's doing, hey, you can jump on board with this campaign. It doesn't feel like Colin Kaepernick, to me, is saying anything massively controversial either. It's a great campaign. This is the thing you would tell your kids anyway, right?
Yeah.
Look, even if it means sacrificing everything, stand up for something, even if it means sacrificing everything, that's something that we try to teach our kids. And so it's a great message. I think that the message has been lost in a lot of the way that it was delivered initially. And that's the only thing too, is I think that if you were to ask somebody, what was it that he sacrificed, and how was it that he was, being, that he was sacrificing so much, or that he was standing for something, and I think that it would be tough to try to find someone who could really articulate from A to B how we got to here
to where
now.
we are.
Yeah, it's a strange thing, but that being said, look, again, if he was wondering about whether or not he was going to get paid by an NFL team, kind of doesn't matter now because he's getting a massive paycheck from Nike.
Okay, a couple things. One, Colin Kaepernick is very popular. You search, and it's probably the top name searched in the world right now. So is Nike actually capitalizing on the popularity of Colin Kaepernick? And I partly say yes, they are. But the other side of it for me is, look, we like to our sports to be sports. We'd like to be entertained. I don't want to go watch a sporting event and have someone kind of give me their political views. I just don't. I want to go watch a football game, or if I go to a concert, I want to hear great music. Or if I go to a movie, I want to watch a great movie. If I want politics, I listen to political commentary shows, or I read things. But I go look for that. I don't want to go somewhere expecting something and getting something completely different.
I agree, but I don't think that we also have to check our morality at the door, or any kind of standards at the door, just because, hey, I only want sports to only be sports. I think that we say that a lot. I don't like mixing it. Look, it's not fun on our talk show to talk about politics.
It's not.
People go, I didn't come here for this. I wanted to get away from it during the day. So I get it. But if there's a bigger issue that needs to be addressed, I think this is a fine way to do it. It is difficult, though, when an NFL game gets fired up, for me to really be a captive, audience member of something like this. I'm interested to see what commercials you see. If these type of Nike commercials make it on during the NFL games themselves, that'll be an awkward moment where Roger Goodell. I wonder how he's feeling, the commissioner of the NFL right now. As this is going on, he's just
Well,
or if it helps them this week as they roll out the season, because everybody watches the games and goes, ooh, what kind of drama are we going to see that's off the field drama compared to just the football?
Yeah, the reality, just this whole situation in general, this national anthem, what do they do in the NFL and what do they don't do? And I've made this recommendation before, because you're not going to convince people. If you sit on one side of this issue, you're not going to convince people who sit on the other side of the issue. And the more people try to convince each other, the more it just gets volatile. It's almost like there's just certain things we just know we don't want to talk about. And the anthem, I believe, is one of them. Unfortunately, it's become one of them. I think that the solution is just don't show it on TV.
Which ESPN's already doing, right?
Yeah, they don't show it, but then they talk about
how they're going to not show it. Yeah,
right. Anyway, so I like what's going on here with Colin. I really do. I like that he stands up for what he believes in. I don't have any issue with that. This will be a fun thing to see how it unfolds.
I look at it and wonder if it's going to enhance my viewing of any of these NFL games going forward, or if it's, and I wonder if he was actually good enough to stay in the game too. If he would have been somebody who would have, if his talent would have been good enough. And the courts are still kind of letting him see and feel out if he's being kind of like blackballed, so to speak, by the NFL. So I'm interested to see how that turns out too. Yeah, and the NFL can just shut off the hose anytime they want with you, and I've experienced that as well. So maybe I should have protested. I don't know. Anyway, all right. Rivals has got that Nike deal, okay? Yes. Please.
Rivals has arrived, and now it's time to go. Thank you so much for being with us, Alex. You can text Rivals to 65537. Go to all those social sites in the corner and be social, because we are. And, of course, be smart. Dial us in on your smartphone, too, because that's where you'll find us. And guess what? It's free. Until then, we'll catch you soon.